particular intro I did a while back. I think it was after the pre-orders video. Essentially, I wanted to start off that video by telling everybody, I just got off of a really angry video. Even considering what's going on in the industry right now, I don't want to do another one right in a row. And one of the commenters said, no, embrace the Konami hate boner. Well, friend, you're about to get your wish!
Do you know what the games Dead or Alive Extreme, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and Sonic Adventure 2 all have in common? I like them unironically. I've noticed over the years that I tend to be much more forgiving than my peers in this field. I have a much higher tolerance than most for a game's issues and flaws. The same goes for developers in this field as well. People make mistakes, yeah, but there's always a part of me that can respect them so long as they keep creating. So long as they still endeavor to add something to this medium despite the forces working against them, be they pride, money, or a bad publisher. So long as they don't pull a Phil Fish, essentially, I'm willing to forgive and forget. But it seems I'm going to have to change that turn of phrase here pretty soon, because even that departure looks dignified next to what Konami pulled at the Game Awards this year. This shouldn't be news to me. I admit that. It's no secret that I'm a fan of Jim Sterling at this point. I have heard the stories. But even then, even considering everything we've learned about them lately, I'm just floored by this. I am actually stunned by the fact that the CEOs of a multi-million-dollar company would be as spiteful and petty as to not even let one of the most famous developers in our medium's history accept an award for something he made. With this move, with this single act, even my walls have finally broken under the stress. Konami is officially my least favorite development studio of all time. They are, in my eyes, the most disrespectful, dishonest, disingenuous entity to ever make games, and that's including Digital Homicide. Do they have to care? Probably not. After all, if the reports of their corporate restructuring are any indication, they don't have to care about PR in the West anymore. In fact, they seem more than content to burn all their bridges and act like nothing ever happened. To which I say, no. I don't think so, sweetheart. This company doesn't deserve to slink away into another industry and be remembered as the studio that was once responsible for Castlevania. They deserve to have every potential client in the future, no matter what side of the ocean they're on, treat them like scum. They deserve to earn a widespread and permanent reputation as a corporation run by grown men that act like petulant little children. Children whose only joy seems to be trying to make every former customer of theirs on this planet as miserable as possible. So out of sheer spite at this point, I am bound and determined to flip this around into something positive. And interestingly, I have someone to point to that was also at the Game Awards that serves as the perfect counterpoint to this whole fiasco. His name is Greg Miller. And I want you all to listen to his acceptance speech for the Trending Gamer Award.
More importantly, the person I'd like to thank is Nicole Tan. Nicole Tan is an environment artist for Crystal Dynamics. I have never met Nicole Tan. I beat Rise of the Tomb Raider this weekend, saw her name go through the credits, along with dozens of other names I didn't recognize. And this happens all the time. Every time I finish a game, hundreds of names I don't know. So today, I'm the Trending Gamer. I am a duly elected representative of you, the gamers. So on behalf of the gamers, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone in this room that makes video games. Thank you to everyone at the home right now, directors, producers, writers, animators who make video games. Hell, thank you to the guy who's working on a Maya project right now and won't see this till it's on YouTube tomorrow. We all know that making a game is not a glamorous life. It is long hours. It's time away from your family, and no matter what, when the game's out, someone on the internet is going to be mean to it. I'm sure it comes down every day. Somebody says, is this worth it? And I want you to know that on behalf of the millions of lives you change, it is worth it. Thank you for making games.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Hell, that speech puts into words something I've been touching on for a while in many of my videos, especially in my top 8 developers list. Why do you think I focused on individual people in that countdown instead of the studios they work for? Why did I go so far out of my way to tell their stories instead of the stories of the company that gave them a job? Because in the grand scheme of things, they're the ones that matter. They're the people with the ideas, the talent, the skills and abilities that make the games we love so much come to life. Sure, the organization they work for facilitates them all coming together in the first place, but if guys like Koji Igarashi and the crew at Playtonic are any indication, most of these people would probably still be doing what they love even if they weren't employed by a big name. I'm in the mind that we need to change our jargon in this community. Guys like Hideo Kojima, Shigeru Miyamoto, and Nicole Tan are the real developers. Who they work for are development studios. And especially in the light of Konami's latest actions, I think it's more important than ever that we make that distinction. That we start to actually read the names in those credits we usually ignore and put to memory the people who built that wonderful world, who wrote that incredible story, or made the mechanics feel just right. Find these people, send them a message on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or wherever, and let them know just how much you appreciate what they've done. I'll even take the first step and give you a name of my own. I'd like to thank Akihiro Hino, the CEO and founder of Level 5 Entertainment, and the man responsible for directing, producing, designing, and writing what is quite possibly my favorite game of all time. Dark Cloud 2, more than any other, influenced both my tastes in gaming and my desire to become a developer myself. So thank you, Akihiro Hino. Thank you so much for all the work you did, and are probably doing right now. My only hope is that someday, I can create games that have an impact on someone else even half as powerful as yours have had on me.
And speaking of giving credit where credit is due, I just want to announce to everybody that yes, the Golden Pizza Awards will be happening again this year, after the 31st, of course, just so I can make sure that I have all of my bases covered, just in case. It's gonna be bigger and better than ever, I assure you. There's gonna be more categories. I'm trying to get an actual stage this time with something resembling an audience. We're gonna have more than one guest, actually, which is actually kind of surprising. And the only thing I regret that I couldn't do, that I can't do, is, and this video actually got me thinking about this, is awards for like best graphic designer, best programmer, and best mechanical designer, just things like that that highlight specific individuals. But the thing is, I've been working on this ever since last year. Like, I learned from how hectic that 1 week was, just busting my ass until 3 in the morning just to get one episode done. So this whole year I've actually been, every time I've played a game, I've actually recorded the footage off to the side, wrote a little bit about it, put it in the category, and had a little segment all ready to go. So yeah, I can't do that again when they're so close. So if you can forgive me for that little thing, hopefully the show will be incredible this year, and you can all look forward to that.